the biggest influence in modern boxing, has announced that he looks to entirely restructure boxing and will employ Dana White to captain this project into reality. Turki has stated that his reason for choosing Dana for this task is that his vision for modern boxing is to create a fighting promotion model where the best fight the best, with one brand being recognized over any other sanctioning bodies. Since this is what Dana White has done by monopolizing the MMA business, and the fact that TKO, the parent company of the UFC and WWE, would be backing this project, Turki has complete faith appointing his funds to Dana as CEO to render the WBC, WBO, IBF and IBO meaningless and unite all boxers under their banner. It is a wild concept to imagine, and since we only have the announcement of their goal and their first 2 sponsored events by Turki, it's hard to see the big picture of how their league and belts will promise fighters more than holding the prestigious belts that fighters like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard and other legends have held. The incentive for young stars of this era would have to be an enormous sum of money, especially if Turki and Dana's approach is to declare war on all sanctioning bodies standing in the way of their new plan for boxing. Another logical route that Dana and Turki will most likely take is to establish their own young stable of fighters and have their events eventually outdo any event that would have a belt from any other boxing organization on the line. Whichever way the team decides to proceed, interesting fights are bound to be on its way for us. The first events meant to show their power as a fight-making entity is the massive card taking place on the 2nd of May with an outrageous venue. The fights will be held in Times Square and features the likes of Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Rolly Romero, Arnold Barboza Jr. and Jose Ramirez. This is the first of Turki's plans on holding fight cards in bizarre locations. Another one he's mentioned on his bucket list is Alcatraz Prison. The next massive fight they have made was also informally announced by Turki some time back, and will be Canelo Alvarez vs Terence Bud Crawford, set for September 2025 at Allegiant Stadium at 168 pounds. There will of course be many more questions to answer on the way to finding out whether Dana White and TKO's business models for WWE and UFC, paired with the funds and the passion of Turki Al Alshikh, will be enough to stand against every other boxing organization that has shaped the sport thus far. But let me know in the comments if you think the new boxing organization is the one to change boxing for the best, or just a temporary hype project to strengthen the existing structure. Also, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, please do consider subscribing and leaving a like on the videos. It helps us tremendously. Until next time.